you doing on a Thursday morning? You good? You having a good morning, getting the kids ready for school? Maybe you're in the car already, getting the kids, driving them into school, getting ready for work. You doing okay? Thanks for being with us here at Mix 107.5 Mix Mornings. A.T. Moore is here as well. A.T.
Good morning.
Is the student success coach at Gattis Middle School.
Yes.
And last year you were over at Yucca.
Last year at Yucca.
And
this year at Gattis. What up, Gattis Cubs?
And so, did I know you as Mrs. Moore over there?
Yes, Coach
Okay.
Moore,
Coach
A.T. Yeah.
So let me ask you, for those who don't know, mom and dad who are driving the kids into school right now, what is a student success coach? What do you guys do?
So student success coach is a position on every campus, middle school and high school now, that helps support students that struggle academically, behaviorally, or attendance-wise. Just kind of help them be successful. And with families as well.
Let's focus on attendance for just a minute,
Okay.
because we've talked about it before, in years past, and Joseph Williams, who you work with, has been in with us before. And you hear all the time, well, you got to get to school on time. You got to be at school. You got to get there on time. And sometimes you can kind of go in one ear and out the other. But
Absolutely.
the reality is there's a lot of importance surrounding just being at school and being there on time.
Yeah, attendance matters. If you miss the day, you miss a lot. And sometimes middle school students coming in, they struggle making friends. They struggle belonging. And the decoy is just to stay at home.
Right.
Sometimes parents don't want to push the issue, and so they allow that. And so what we try to do is work with families and students to try to figure out the why.
Yeah.
If parents and educators chase the why of why kids don't want to go to school, we can pretty much figure out what that why is and give them the support they need.
And a lot of times, often, it's not what you think. It's not lazy. It's not, hey, I don't want to do the work.
No,
it's other things.
It's I don't have anyone to eat with at lunch.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable raising my hand in class.
Yeah.
My teachers don't like me.
Yeah.
I don't know the building,
Right.
right? And so, but they don't communicate that. And if you don't ask those questions, you just have kids that don't come to school.
And you have to remember, you have to think back to when you were at that age.
Oh my, middle school.
Yeah.
If I was in middle school now,
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what to do. The pressure,
stressful.
the social media, just
Yeah.
trying to be accepted, fit in, belong. It's a lot.
It was tough enough when we were all at
Yeah,
that age. And now,
yeah.
you're right, with social media and everything else. And you have to think that, those pressures, so much of it is tied around, not just around social media, but about social interaction as a whole.
Yes.
And it can be stressful for
Fitting
kids at that
in,
age.
belonging, friends, just trying to find who you are.
So what can mom and dad do? What's the best thing for mom and dad do to try and help the kids to get them to school, make sure they're there on time?
Communicate with the school.
Yeah.
Calling in and saying my kid is absent because they're sick, that's great. But if there's other reasons, communicate with the school. We have resources. We have family services that can help bridge that gap and to help, students be successful. And so if we know a little bit of why, we can help.
And I'm not asking you for specifics because you may not be prepared for that this morning, but I know that there's a research out there that just shows if they're just butt in seat in the classroom, they're going to be more successful.
Absolutely. And this year, the initiative for the district is we're doing capturing kids' hearts, because before you can teach them, they have to feel like you care.
Right.
And so now you're seeing educators put more emphasis on building relationships versus just curriculum and instruction.
Sure.
Because if a kid is absent and the teacher makes a big deal about it, calls home, celebrates them when they arrive back, that student feels like, wow, I was missed.
Yeah.
So,
And I should be, and the opposite is true as well.
Yeah.
If it goes unnoticed,
Yeah.
it's going to be a lot easier
or
for them
you
to
come
not be
back
there.
and they're
Yeah.
like, oh, thanks for showing up.
Yeah.
Well, look who decided to show up. And so it's just that communication, letting kids know that, listen, I get you don't like math, but you know what? Let's figure out how we can make it work.
Yeah.
My daughter and I just had this conversation because she was
And we should
talking
point out that Amber's daughter is of that age. She's in middle school.
And she does not miss school. It stresses her out to miss. And we were talking about it, and I was telling her, well, if they miss a day, and then they're a little bit behind. And so
Right.
then they get more stressed. So then they want to miss again. And then it's this snowball effect. Every time they
Absolutely.
miss, they get further behind, and then it causes them to want to miss more.
And they get anxiety.
Yeah.
So what we've done this year is we have a new position, safety in schools, health. I'm probably going to mess that up. But anyway, what they do is when students come back from missing days, they work with the teachers to help them come up with reasonable assignments to get caught up that help a student show mastery so they can, do something that, can get some type of work turned in.
Yeah.
So it's not overwhelmed.
And if you are a student who doesn't have these problems, and this is what me and my daughter, I've talked to her a lot about, you don't have the stress or the anxiety, or don't have a problem making friends and you're not shy, if you see someone who
Absolutely.
is, even if you're just friendly to them,
smiling in the hallways,
or just say hi, or hey, are you okay? I know you're gone, or hey, do you want to sit with us at lunch? Or
that's the big thing.
What's that book you're reading? Just even like the smallest little thing, can help them to feel a little bit better.
You're seeing it in the lunchroom.
Yeah, I have a lot of students that if they go to lunch and they don't have anywhere to sit, or they don't have any friends, they rather miss lunch or stay in someone's classroom. Yeah. So if you are a parent that has a student that's very outgaging, then invite them, encourage them, challenge them to sit with someone else. Bring someone to the table. When you're riding to the car, ask them, who did you sit with today that's new? Who did you talk to that was new?
Heck, make it a challenge.
Make it a challenge. New friend challenge. Hashtag,
Yeah. 18 more. She's a student success coach, Gattis Middle School. And for parents, you guys put together, I know we talked to Joseph about this a couple weeks ago. How's it going? The Family Leadership Institute, how's that going for you guys?
It's going amazing. The next session is October the 15th, and we have these on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursdays. And they're just... it's a program that helps parents figure out how they can make their families and their students successful. Yeah. There's childcare. There's food available. It's 5 to 7 p.m. at La Casienta Elementary School.
And the deal is, guys, this is all about helping you become a better parent.
Absolutely.
It's not about preaching to you and that sort of thing. It's, think about it in your job. And I know I said this with Joseph, but I think it's true. In your job, to be the best that you can be, you're going to go through continuing education. You're going to learn. You're going to continue to learn and do different things. That's what this is for parenting.
Absolutely. Everyone should be a lifelong learner. And you learn from other people. Other families, other parents that have done stuff and tried it that's, failed and didn't work. And so
and you make friends with the other parents, and then y'all can spy on your kids and text each other.
Absolutely.
Here's what's going on.
Yes.
AT, you're awesome. Thank you for coming in
today. Thank you for having me.
Come back in maybe in a month or so. Let us know how things are going. Okay. A couple weeks. Let us know how things are going over there and what we can do here at the radio station to try and encourage our friends, our junior listeners, just to get to school and to be there on time. It's that important.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
AT Moore, student success coach, Gattis Middle School, joining us here on Mix 107.5.